Okay, again, continuing from the last video, you want to go over the one that you marked. Now, after that, I get the other end of the line. This is the standing end. Okay, I get the standing end, and as you can see, that line has twisted around our whipping. And it makes this neat kind of two-line twist around them. You see that? And they're quite evenly spaced, and it looks quite neat, but there's one missing at the back, and that is going to be replaced by the standing end. I'm going to pull the standing end up, and I'm going to put it in between where the gap is, where there is no twining line, and then it gives it a third twining line that goes up over the whipping. And then with that, I put that between the two strands on the other side. So you'll know which. So I put that between the two strands that are not the marked one. You go up in between those two strands. Okay. And then from there, I've got that there. So I've got the standing end is up here and over and through. I put it between those two non-marked ones. And then you'll see, so the one that is marked has twining line over it already. Okay, you can see that there on that side. So the working end, the standing end that I've just put up has to go on the other side between the other two. And then it goes over and through that side. So over this one. Okay. And then once it's over that one, like so, there, that's perfect where it is now. That's exactly what you want right there. Once it's over that, I then get the other working end, and then I bring that across here. And then I tie those two together. Okay, so I've got one and the other. They come across like that. And then I want to do an overhand knot. We go over that, and then I want to do an overhand knot. So basically, your basic shoelace tying knot before you do the loops, before the bunny ears, that's an overhand knot. So with this is going to be a reef knot. So first I do an overhand knot. Now the way I did my overhand knot, I have to do it inversely for the second overhand knot that I do to make a perfect reef knot. So I do it one way. Okay. So if I did it left strand going over the right strand and then twisting it together and then pulling it to make an overhand knot. If I did it that way first, then I have to do it the opposite. The next one I have to go under, first strand under the other strand, and then twist it. Okay, that's the best I can explain it. I can't give you much of a visual here, but I think you get the idea. It's just bad, not the best quality camera here, but it's basically one overhand, tighten, and then another overhand, tighten, the opposite way. So one overhand's tightened. Then I do it the opposite way. So I observe it and I look at it and I go, okay, so it's done this way, so I have to do it the opposite way. So if that one went over that one on this side, on the left side, I know I have to make it go under for the next one, not over. So that first one in my example has gone over it on the left. The left side strand went over it. So this time the left hand strand has to go under it. And then I twist these over once, only once, and that's another overhand knot. A reef knot is basically two opposing overhand knots, one over the other. That's all a reef knot is. Used to reef down the sheets, reef down the sails with as winds get stronger and stronger. Okay, so I'll just tighten that a bit. Pull this up. I want to remember I want to keep it neat. So if I see that these things are kind of out of balance, I kind of readjust it a little bit here and there. Fiddle around with it, have fun. There you go. Okay. There. Now, put that tight. Nice and tight, not too tight, because you'll squash the whole thing and it'll look like a pancake. So it's tight. And then I've done it one way, and then I do it the other way. This one goes under it. Twist around and pull it. There you go, there's a reef knot. Now once you've done the reef knot, it won't be tightenable. You can't tighten it anymore. So you have to tighten it finally with the overhand knot, and then you do the reef knot that's kind of fixed, and the knot will be in a fixed position where you've tightened it. So it's really important, guys, adjust it with the overhand knot and then secure it with the final opposing overhand knot to secure the reef knot, the top of that knot. So what you'll end up now with is two ends of the twining line, and you'll end up with three twining line strands wrapping around the whipping, which has this really nice professional touch. Actually looks very cool once you've done it properly and right. It looks really good. It just looks good. It just looks good. Okay. Now, once I've done that, all I have to do, and when I'm happy with it, if you're not happy with it, you can undo it and keep readjusting it until you get it just right, perfect, because it's permanent. It stays there forever. You cut these things off, so you cut the end of the twining line, not too much. Don't make it right into the edge of the knot, because you're gonna, if it comes undone, it's kind of irreparable. You snip that off, snip off the other one. And as you can see, I've done that, and it's not come undone, but it actually has come undone. There you go. Okay, so there you go. That's the reason why. Right, so you want to I now have to do that again. So yeah, there you go. It was good that I didn't snip it off right at the edge, because it just did exactly what I said it might do. Murphy's Law, guys. Murphy's cursed law. So prevent that by doing it right the first time and not having to redo this, but that's okay. We'll fix it. Just tighten that again. There we go, that's better. Alright, now I can tighten that as securely as I can. There. Now, I'll snip out the other end. This one on one end. Snip that off. Okay. I'll use my little pliers here to tighten it, as well as my fingers. Might help. Any assistance counts. Oh, now, with that, I can then cut here. There. Perfect. Cut there, cut here, cut everywhere. Just cut it all off. And then away we go. And then we have our wonderful Sailor Maker's whipping. There. Perfectly done. Okay. So that's our end result. So I just try to get the phrase at the end. As you can see, maybe not the most clearly, but there it is. So you've got, see, there's 3 twists going up and through, and that's what we call a Sailor Maker's whipping. I'll try to refocus this. It's terrible. I don't have professional gear, but that's the best I can do. But you can see clearly enough here that the line is going, like, kind of wrapping around the whipping, and it looks quite good. And it's actually more secure than the other one as well. It's far more secure too. Okay, so that's cool. That's good to know. Alright, here we go. And I'm just going to snip it off properly to make it just look a lot more professional, a lot neater. And being neat is actually, it's pretty much almost everything in sailing, because things get so messy that you're constantly reorganizing the lines on the vessel to make it easily accessible, so that you don't get your leg caught in one of the lines, things don't get tricky. So especially as a crew, you're always moving things around as much as you can to make it neat and accessible, not overdoing it. You can grab a sheet in a bundle and put it in one spot. You don't have to wrap it around. You know, you got to be quick. You just mass it up in a bundle, put it there, but separate them. Separating all the lines is essential on a boat, on a sailing vessel especially. All the lines have to be separated so that you've got them clearly where they need to be, so that you can quickly just bang on it and smack it and just pull it when it needs to be pulled. And there you go. Right, so that's much neater, much better. Now that I've snipped it off at the tip, it's a lot better. Trim it a bit more, just to make it even better and more presentable. There you go. Yeah, it's very nicely done. It's looking really good. I'm quite proud of that. It's good. And that's your first whipping experience. And it doesn't have to, you just do it a few times until you get it. You might not get it at first, it's tricky, and you just have to work on your dexterity with making knots and ropes and things. And your dexterity will increase the more you do it. If you fail the first few times, hey, dust yourself off and try again. Take a break, go have a tea or a coffee or whatever you do for a break. smoke I don't recommend. Avoid that. I'd avoid caffeine too. I have decaf coffee. It's a lot better, guys. Decaf actually really helps with my fluid movements when I go sailing, and it really helps to not feel jittery and on edge, and keeps me calm. So staying calm is a true art form. I was actually teaching a young man who was on a big keelboat vessel that there's an art to staying calm under pressure, and it saved my life a few times. I've had near-death experiences, and staying calm when I thought I was dying. At first, I went crazy. That's just the first reaction that anyone would have. But when I realized I'm still alive and I'm okay, I then stayed calm. I remembered an old man told me that once, and always talk to the old men, old women, and old men because they're just they've got so much more knowledge than us, and they told me, don't just stay calm, no matter what's happening. Even if you're about to die, stay calm, and it saves your life. So really breathe and focus on your breathing and having no caffeine and no alcohol and no toxic things in your body, which I used to consume. My upbringing, it's not like I was raised badly, but my examples were smokers and drinkers, and I still have a role model that smokes and drinks. I don't judge. There's nothing wrong with that, but I'm recommending it to all of my followers from the start. This is only the beginning of my videos, but from the start, I'm already just shouting it out there. Try to avoid this stuff. I'm not a doctor, but this helps with this. Like, I really helps staying caffeine free. And having grown up with caffeine, I've got an Italian background. Caffeine free worked wonders for me, and I'm able to just do things actually faster. Though I'm doing it slower, the end result is actually faster than if I was taking caffeine. Caffeine is like it rushes you, and then you make more mistakes, and you have to fix them, and then you just got to try it. If you guys are coffee drinkers out there, just try decaf. You'll never go back. This is really cool. Okay, awesome. I'll see you guys next time. Enjoy yourselves, and next video I'll be doing seizing and splicing. See you then. Get Kraken with Bob.